2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and CD, our game featuring a great matchup at the quarterback position. A couple of Pro Bowlers from a year ago. Russell Wilson of the Broncos, Justin Herbert of the Chargers.
And Brandon, these are the two names and big bowl runners on the marquee side, aren't they? This is why everyone tuned in. This is why we're here. And these are the kind of games where they wind up seeing if they can outdo each other, contrary to what they told us both. No, we're just playing against the other defense. We don't play against each other.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Quickly to the air is Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to one.
A first carry now. This is Williams. The numbers for Williams a week ago: 17 carries, 52 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked to him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. Now Wilson on first down. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. From the 35 on second down, Wilson, man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. This one swung out to Williams. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. On second down, Williams. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Now Williams running left. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. Wilson. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up fourth down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
The kick by McManus is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 54 yards.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too.
Allen hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Down at the 35. It'll be 2nd down. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Sutton. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big, or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Wilson. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. Chargers 0. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. They give it off here to the tight end. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line.
3rd and 2, Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. The Chargers at 2 and 3 here to begin the new season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And they were able to tough it out last week, a close one-score game. And those are the kind of wins that pull you together as a team because everyone gains confidence and they feel like they can continue to get better.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down, Herbert. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Herbert now. And that's caught inside the 35. And not much happening there. He's taken down by a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Again, Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. They thought they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And that's going to be caught by Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's good for 28 yards.
1st down, Denver.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And this will be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Taking it about the 1. K.J. Hamler returning it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
So the Broncos coming out now. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And his throw is incomplete. A nice offense on 3rd down today. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing is Wilson. And he'll find Moreau here. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And able to complete it to Moreau. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Yeah, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you, but that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Allen's got it complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 29, Herbert.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, turnabout is fair play, I guess. They had a pick six against them earlier, and now this defense, Charles, they get a pick six of their own.
And for a moment, let's just set aside how it impacts the scoreboard, because how about the response? One defense gets the pick six, the other comes back and matches it. These are 2 defenses that are planning on winning the game for their teams themselves.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On 2nd and 10, Herbert escaping the pressure right. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Herbert throwing again. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Man, that is deflating going into the break. You're in a position with a chance to tie the game, but this kick is off the mark, and they're going to remain 3 points down heading into the break.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Wilson.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he brings this one back. It's a big 6 and a Charger TD. Closest to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take your on. Let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Broncos. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
So here are the Chargers to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Josh Palmer, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Wilson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely, because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we break it down on next-gen stats, that entire play wound up taking just 2.4 seconds beginning to end. So they were on him in a hurry.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Play action. It's Herbert. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Rosas' kick is good. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting through.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change, because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And coming out now, the Broncos.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. This offense in desperate need of a conversion. conversion as they come up on third down. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. It got his man complete. A huge play there for Denver, and even 40 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way, just reached up and pulled it in, had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Wilson.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson will throw again. Man open left side. It's Williams. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams.
They'll get it inside the 20. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They run it again with Williams. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Wilson. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
Up the middle, it's Williams. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Williams again. And this time he's not going anywhere. In fact, he'll lose yardage back to the 3.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. Here's Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Foster Moreau, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Broncos are back within a score.
No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
McManus's point after is good, and that cuts the lead to 24-17. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chargers ready to take over. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Back to the air. Herbert on 2nd down. A quick throw, but incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Herbert. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Now Wilson. Catch made, it's Moreau. So the completion good for 7 there. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now it's Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone would come free.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Wilson.
Pass complete to Judy on the out route.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing is Wilson.
Over the middle, complete to Judy. And the Broncos are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. There's Wilson to throw. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. 4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Herbert on 1st down now. On the screen, this is Eckler. Pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25. To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert, it's caught on the right side. Williams. And they get him down down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Williams brings it in.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
It's Eckler again. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert.
Throw left side, take it in by McKinney.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. From the 22, Herbert caught by Allen. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
A 6-yard pickup. Brings up 7.
Back to throw here, Herbert.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Herbert. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass.
And the Chargers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that you're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So here is Wilson and the Broncos.
Down by 7. A little under 2.5 to go. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. A throw over the middle, taken in. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. The Broncos in their hurry-up trying to get to their positions and get set quickly.
Finding Sutton.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
A huge play there for Denver. 43 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Wilson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Now Wilson.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
They started on the ground with Eckler, and he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Once more, here's Eckler. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Running on first down, Eckler. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Holding, offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time.